You're Rana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. So we've got a match against the Eels coming up. So the Eels are kind of, I wouldn't say they were destroying the league, but they're a bit of a surprise package. We've got them up next, and then we've got our OCL quarterfinal. So we've been drawn against the Solomon Warriors, which is a much better draw than some of the others. I'll show you the fixtures in a second for that. Just a general update, even though we've been kind of alright with our finances. We're almost 200,000 in debt. It's not looking great. This kind of stage. There's nothing I can actually see that's going to make us any money. We're just gonna have to hold on. I could reduce the wage budget a bit, I guess, but there's not a great deal we can do about that. So we've got the Eels up next. So we've got to go away and play them at the Huahine Bridge Ground, which might be one of the expanded stadiums. But this is what the league's looking like. So 25 games in for most teams, where we've got one game in hand, and we're 5 points behind the Eels. Then it's Sky Brights and Bora Bora, then the Dirty Reefers. But we're above the defending champs. I think Maury are out of it, really. They're not gonna make it to the title. I don't think there's too much competition. They're too far behind at this stage. But we've got the Eels to play. What's the best way of seeing who's got their new stadiums? This way. Using the stadium option. That would be the best way. So the Eels still just have a 500-seater. They never expanded theirs. So no, we'll just see a normal stadium. The Eruptors have made it to their new ground. Mopiha have as well. Tupai have not. Tupai is still playing in their ground share place, as are Moria and Tetaroa. So only a couple have managed to actually get it done on time. So we're going to play against the Eels, see how that goes. The form up until recently hadn't been very good. So obviously we played the last two finals. The only thing I've done since then is play the one match we had in March. So after all of this in February, all of these games right here, we had one game in March. And now we've got the 3 in April. So we played against Papeete, and this match just kind of went backwards, forwards, all over the shop. It was a really entertaining match, but we didn't really play particularly well. We just played slightly better than them. So we were both terrible, it's just where it was. Sorry, got a bit of cough there. Narendonada, of the handball fame, had an interesting game. Got himself a hat-trick as well as an own goal. Scoring for us wasn't enough for him. We'll see how he does in this match. I had been playing around with the diamond as well. I've not used it, but because of that poor form, I was considering making the swap. I'm going to go back to the 4-4-2 for the moment. And I think at the end of the season, what I'm going to do is a bit of a kind of tactical review to see if I can get something that's going to work a little bit better. Maybe something that is a bit more possession-based if we're able to. Gerard is back from his layoff, so hopefully we can get some goals now. The Eels, I imagine, have got it in them to beat us. They're on a good run of form. We're not great, bar that kind of bizarre win against Papeete. Let's go out there. So that's what he suggested. That's what I did, and they don't care. I've just been listening to a 5-Star Pod, where I think Friday Night FM mentioned just using that, go out there on your own option. So I'll give it a go. It's not worked because they don't like me. So we've got the Eels and their blue and white stripes. They have an interesting stadium. So they've not got a stand at that end or across from us, but they've got one here. So maybe we're just above one. Or maybe they've just got one big massive one at the end. That's weird. Oh, that's good. It's good he was pushing. Didn't look like he was pushing to me, but that would have been a terrible start. Mason in. Fred Tissett offside. Fred Tissett, real player, currently playing in the O-League. You can actually go on the OCL website. I think that's a bit unlucky. See some highlights. I think there's a highlight of him banging in a penalty at the second attempt and things like that. So real player. If you watch the highlights, you'll recognise him. It's worth watching. I think it's quite nice to watch that football. So they've had 2 disallowed goals already for pushing and being offside. We've had no shots, but he's only 8 minutes in. It's weird. It's not quite our game in hand. Not on them anyway, because obviously we're playing them, but it does. I was going to say that I don't think we've got much chance of getting the title. I think that probably still applies, to be honest. I don't think we've got a huge amount of energy left to fight that and the OCL. And the Eels are playing well, the other teams around us are playing well. It's not like we just need one team to do badly. We need to carry on playing really well and have a couple of teams mess up if we want any kind of comfort zone. And also because we're still in the OCL. And the OCL is where... Go on, get Lamar. That was a good save by Smith. Yeah, because we're still in the OCL and that's the only place where money's coming from. Punched it away. Fisted to safety. Come on, wait, you can't kick the back of his leg like that. Yes, if you remember, I've been banging on about it before, we win the OCL, then we get sent to Moneyland, then we get to go to the Club World Championship and make it rain. But until we do that, there's no real cash flow that we can rely on. The league will eventually settle and money will eventually start spreading around, but it's got a while left until that happens. So managers obviously said something that's left them disinterested. Sometimes it's just better off not talking to them, leaving them to their own devices. So we've got our 4-4-2. You can see a bit of it. It's a bit further forward because he's attacking, a bit further back because he's ball winning. I like 4-4-2 in FM19 because it fits in with my kind of long ball approach quite nicely. There's no reason I can't play long ball with other approaches. So what I'm thinking of doing is playing 1 strike up front, target man, obviously, and then maybe having 2 midfields or 1 midfielder behind. And they could be maybe a shadow striker on attack, so the ball goes along to the target man, he nods it down or he controls it, shadow striker shoots through, gets some goals. 1 would work. Dig in, lads, dig in. Gonna bring Chisholm on. I want to bring Jared back into it gradually. I don't want him to his leg fall off his first game back, because he's basically where all the goals come from. Okay, so 1 attacking midfielder in that position would work, but actually we've got quite a few good attacking midfielders. So we've got Narendona, we've got Spearling, we've got Lee on the bench. A couple of our strikers fit in the attacking midfielder role, but on the left or the right. So like Gerard, for example, can do that if he needs to. We've got a couple of youth players as well, more even younger youth players, because Spearling's quite young, who could do it. So maybe we need to fill it. We have less in the way of out-and-out midfielders. Come on, Wallace, get it in for someone. We don't look at all dangerous. If we get a draw, I think we'll have robbed a point. Go on. Oh. And again. We've got Stevie Chong. Desperately want to sign him, but I don't think he would come, and I don't think it's wise to spend any kind of wage budget on that. And if we did go to 1 up front and a couple of behind, or kind of packing the midfield in somewhere, that kind of works with the strikers we've got. So we've got Gerard, obviously first choice. We've got Chisholm, who's proven he can score like he did last season. And he's good for pace as a kind of pace sub as well. Wallace has done pretty well. This is going to be like their counter-attack, isn't it? Wallace has done pretty well this season. He's not been doing badly. Doesn't look great there, but go on, wait. Get it back in. Steal the goal. Do something. Arendana didn't hit it particularly well. I guess he was maybe startled. He realised if he slapped the ball in with his hand again, he was going to get sent off. Reaches the back post. So we're getting the move, like we're starting to get the shots, but the shots are all rubbish. Yes, we've got Wallace, Chisholm and Gerard. And we've also got Henderson, a couple of youth prospects. That's 4, but actually Henderson we could lose. Just have the 3, or just have the youth one. Henderson's done alright, and he does go in, but he's not very mobile anymore. He just kind of just pop in for a goal. Go and wait. Oh, that was perfect for him. In fact, now he's going to have to come off. Bring on Manuel. And I'm going to bring on Spearling as well for Narendona because of the card. So yeah, if I have 1 up front and then maybe 2 attacking midfielders, then what do I do here? Because I still kind of want to have wingers, because we've got good wingers. I think we have to have some kind of tactic with wingers, just because we've got so many good ones. That was close by Weaver. Yeah, if we've got Waite and Manuel on the left, and we've got Richards and Douglas, I guess, on the other side. Gonlam, Spearling. If we have that, then it makes sense to keep the wingers. So maybe keep the wingers and just have a defensive midfielder, have Weaver just play in that whole position. But it would give us this very kind of empty space right in the middle if we had one in that kind of strata. Goof and hope, I think. So this is going to be a bore draw. It's been a pretty boring match. All the excitement came from their kind of missed, disallowed goals. Unless Wallace is going to do something. Bit of a daisy cutter. If we got anything from this match, that would have been a bit unfair, I think. I mean, anything other than a draw. A draw's okay in the end. Doesn't help us with our title fight in any shape or form. Good tackle. Oh, it's Chisholm's not going to get that. Oh, and he's got a yellow card as well, so he's not going to go around attacking the... oh, that was weird. Yeah, he's not going to go around harassing the defender when he's on the yellow on the 90th minute. It's not Narendona. Like, oh, just there's like a little ramp along the back of the stand to get up to. Looks a bit weird. Get it down that end so we can see it again. So it's got, it's accessible. Accessible stand. See, there it is. Up you go. It's not that accessible because all these bollards, I guess. It's someone driving up it. A bit weird. This is their home stand. I don't know where our fans have gone. Maybe we're just not allowed. Right, a draw. I'm not too upset by a draw. I'll tell them we're unlucky just to get them happy. I mean, the keeper happy. Puts up to second on kind of goal difference and results against, I guess. But I'm going to stop there, and potentially I will either... I will come back for the quarter-final. Definitely will do. Get them both in. I've got some time to do it, so let's do that. Back in a second. Right, we're back for the quarter-finals now. We've got the Solomon Warriors from the Solomon Islands. Our data analysts have no data for them because very little exists because all the players are kind of greyed out. Not anything to know about them. And these are the rest of the quarterfinals. You've got Auckland City against Amicale, or Amical, butchering it one way or the other. Team Wellington against Huahine, so that's a tough match there. And then Bar against Tahiti City Dwellers, who we beat comfortably in our group stage. So I'm quite confident going against the Solomon Warriors. I think we've had a nice kind draw for that. We missed out on the Eels, Auckland and New Zealand, so there's not much more we can ask for that one. The Premiership continues in our absence. Playing at home, actually at the Reef, so it's no longer being held in Fiji, so we don't have like massive jet lag to contend with. Well, they will. team's relatively fit. Bring Henderson on. Start for Wallace, give Wallace a chance to rest up. But that should do. Just before this match, I got offered a new contract, so I took it. Not much of a raise. So you got 4-4-2 against their 5-3-2 wingback. They might be a bit hard to break down. We'll see. It's either going to be very easy or very difficult. I don't think there's any middle ground for this one. Expecting you to win? Okay. I was meant to say nothing. So natural choices are Zach. Shake their hand and then crush them. I love how many floodlights we've got. It seems like we've been a little bit excessive. Okay, long ball straight away. And I've immediately realised I forgot to make a change. I wanted McIntyre to come on for McCloy to give McCloy a bit of a rest. But what? Apparently that was no foul, but it looked very much like he just kicked the crap out of his back. Waited for him to turn around. Kicked him. Fine, the referee's been paid, that's fine. Oh, it's fortunate that he bounced back to Chant, but he gets the rebound. Keeper didn't have much of a chance against that. Much of a chant. So just straight back, and he was ready for it, but unlucky. Solomon. But it starts us off well. Let's have a look at the latest scores as well. I should have actually checked beforehand whether it's one leg or two for this. I'm pretty sure it might just be one leg. It's just one leg. I think the final, that's two, and everything else is one. It kind of seems like it should be the other way around, if anything. Richards didn't do that well with it, now they're on the attack. Not a good finish. Bit of a let-off. Yeah, apologies for the cough, there's something going around. Smacked against the post. Again, I need to try and see if I can get Manuel back playing instead of Waite. Because Waite's been good. He has been good. But I rotated him a lot more kind of last season than the very start of the season, but because Manuel's been injured or tired or away. I feel like I'm over relying on Waite. So what's Henderson going to do? He just about gets that one. Oh, nice shot by Gerard. First time. Also, Auckland are winning. Palmed away. There's a lot of shots going in there, a lot of deflections, just get it out. I think we need another goal. We can't rely on one doing it for us if they're able to push us like that. Auckland have gone 2-0 up. I feel like they're starting to get into it a little bit more. Come on, wait, get it long. They're just working it forward nicely, bit by bit. That would have been a good goal. That was a good move. You know, sometimes when FM says, "Oh, what a move," and it's actually terrible. That was good. Yeah, we need to do something. Half time, we need to make a change because they're getting into this. The Eels are holding the ground against Team Wellington there. So let's give them a... Well, but there's room for improvement. They don't care. Tactics. So, McCloy's knackered, so we'll have to make that one. Thinking maybe Manuel. Just freshen up the right-hand side. See what happens. In our match against the Eels, apparently in the news items afterwards, Their manager was reluctant to criticise the referee because of the disallowed goals, which I think was restrained of him, 'cause at least one of them should have stood, I think. And also, 2 international managers were watching us. So the international manager for the Marquesas Islands. Say they're watching us, they're watching both teams, because I don't think we've got anyone from Marquesas apart from maybe Salaberry. And the Austral Islands manager was looking at pretty much the entire squad, by the sounds of it. I think what I'm going to do at the end of the season is just sort of have a quick check and see what the kind of confidence is for some of the international managers, because I don't remember anyone being sacked for the international stuff yet. No jobs have come up on the international scene. I don't think we'd get one because we've won nothing. Go on, Gerard. Or second time, you just scuff. That's if you got it first. Well, I say first time. If you got the second one the first time rather than scuffing it, you got that. Henderson did well. Henderson did the proper target man thing of flicking that on, which is what Wallace hasn't been doing as much of. Don't knock around, just get forward. One more goal. Well, we kind of have to hold on now because we can't just make a random sub because we've only used them all. Of course, that's a penalty. Well, it was always going to be difficult, I guess. The OCL the first time around. I'm kind of glad it is. It'd be a bit rubbish if we just blasted through all the games. I mean, the group games we did, but... Right, Chisholm's going to come on for Henderson. Chisholm's not a target man, but he is also maybe our second best striker. Sorry, Wallace. It's close, but no cigar for you. Auckland running away with it. Good if we could get some success in the OCL, because as I was saying before, with the international games, or international matches, I don't think we'd get offered anything. I don't think we'd get to an interview, because we've won nothing. We won the promotion playoff, but that's not a prize. 2 opportunities to win the Mutiny Trophy, which should be a kind of shoe-in. It's the easiest trophy to win, and we've not. Inter-Island Cup, we bottled at the final. That was all over the place. I don't know why we're... Well, I guess we are tired, but I don't know why otherwise they're getting back into it. They just don't seem that motivated. Should I shout at them? Shout at them. Do we want passion? Yeah, we want passion. Go on, Manuel. Keep pumping those tiny legs. Go on, Gerard. He looked like he was in the right position. Maybe before his injury that would have gone in. He's not scored since his comeback. He did smack it against the post, but he's not scored. So I'm assuming we're going to go to finally show some passion comes through. Yeah, assuming we're going to go to extra time now. Go on, Narendona. That was terrible. We might not go to extra time. It was so close. That would have been a terrible counter-attack to concede to. That would be worse. Come on, Salaberry, get your shit together. Someone. Get it to someone. Oh, lining up. Long throw it in. Nah. I mean, the move worked like we wanted it to work, up until the point of trying to score. So, not too different, but I think they've definitely had the better. Had more possession, which we're playing long ball. This is what's making me want to change tactic as well. It's the fact that we're playing long ball. We've got most of the possession, so we're not actually playing long ball. Not happy. That worked. They love it when I treat them mean. So I have to hope we last them. Sneak in. I'm a little bit worried because I almost feel like our stadium's jinxed for cup games. So we had we're playing the quarterfinal here. But we also had the Mutiny Trophy match there and the Inter-Island Cup there because they're not set at neutral stadiums. They just randomly allocate between whoever gets to the final. Budgetary reasons. That's what I decided it is. Go on, Gerard. Weaver, get it in to someone. See, this is too tippy-tappy for me considering I've told them to play long ball. We'll get a corner. See, we've got lots of possession. We're passing around a lot more. I don't think long ball is working as well as it could do for us because every now and again we see a goal where it's 10 out of 10 long ball. But actually we're keeping a lot more possession because we're doing that. We're not set up to do that much with possession other than try and get it forward. So when we're in a position where getting it forwards isn't actually that relevant, then it get a bit aimless. We're not that incisive. There's not enough movement going on when if we're not going forwards or getting it to the wing. Anything through the centre is a bit of a struggle. What I will do though is, if towards the end of the season we get to a point where it's mathematically impossible to win the title and we're knocked out of the OCL or something like that, I might just start trying to bed in a new tactic. If I do that, I'll come back for those ones especially to oh no. Set piece. Have we just seen a winner? Yes. Guess you have just seen a winner. And why did he not get... He touched it. He wasn't stretched in a weird position. He touched that. Yeah. This won't work. I've never seen this actually result in a goal, ever. We've got a minute. Plus stoppage. 1 minute stoppage as well. I don't think our tactical change will even bed in by that point. Forward. Not that way. That's not forward. Like, more direct. Oh, Chisholm. Got in a position. Could not finish it. And that's it. That's us done. Nah. Too late. The referee was toying with us then. In the end, it looked even. I mean, maybe they did kind of edge it. I mean, I don't think any of us were particularly good, but... Boo. Not happy. I mean, we've got out of the group stage, we got to the quarterfinals. That's more than the board wanted, but it means we get no money. That's a season away from that kind of, at least. Disappointing collapse indeed. I don't think that was... Oh. I just want to go back and look at the quarterfinals generally so you can see the rest. Yet to play. Eels won on penalties and knocked out Team Wellington, so they've got it in them. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of put out by that. So that's another cup we're out of, another cup we've been knocked out of, on our own ground, in front of our own fans, by a team full of grey players from the Solomons. The Solomons. So I'll stop here. That's like 3 depressing cup episodes where the curse of Rotorua Reef has hit. So it's just the league for us now. And after the recent lot of matches, we're back down to 4th. We're playing like this, we're not going to do particularly well. Looking at the schedule, I'll play the Eruptors, and then the last episode will be these two, and this will decide kind of what we do. If I come up with a new tactic in between, because suddenly we can't do it, because we cocked it up massively here, for example, then we'll do that instead. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for the kind of the end of the season, where it all just kind of peters out and disappears with a whimper instead of this kind of quad that I was secretly hoping. No treble, no double, nothing. But maybe we'll rescue something. We've got 3 matches left to try and get some kind of silverware out of this season. See you later.